Jericho can be after the people.
Pronounced it correctly.
I did.
Thank you.
I was just going to ask you if that was the correct pronunciation. Lucked out today.
Thank you, Your Honor. Richard Trush appearing on behalf of Mr. Mahalik. Today's the date and time for a jury status conference. I do believe that we have a resolution for the court here, whereby Mr. Mahalik would tender a plea to count 1 safe breaking under a 1-year delay of sentence. Mr. Mahalik is to pay restitution of $5,000 to the DNR and comply with any other terms the court imposes on the delay. If he is successful in that, it would be reduced to the misdemeanor larceny 200 to 1,000, and that's PAC code 7503563A.
4A.
Okay, and Mr. Trush, is this in the nature of a Killebrew agreement? In other words, would Mr. Mahalik have the right to withdraw his plea if I determined after reading the PSI I didn't think that was an appropriate resolution?
I do think because the delay is part of the plea that was accurate.
Ms. Koch, is that a correct statement? Plea offer?
I would agree with that. And just so the court understands, this is a DNR case. The allegations are that he stole money out of the tube from the various DNR places. We came up with a restitution amount. I've spoken to our DNR officer about this resolution when we came up with this, because this is kind of a unique, we don't normally do a plea like this. And Mr. Mahalik doesn't have any criminal history. So our goal here is restitution, making the victim whole here. And then hopefully he's successful on all those things and he doesn't lose the benefit of that plea at the end.
All right, Mr. Mahalik, have you had an adequate opportunity to talk to your attorney about this agreement?
Yes, Your Honor.
Is that how you wanted to proceed?
Yes, Your Honor.
Raise your right hand, please. You solemnly swear or affirm the testimony you're about to give will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth to help you God? Are you currently on any kind of probation or parole? And you understand that the crime that you're going to be pleading guilty to today has a maximum possible penalty of up to life. With that in mind, what is your plea to that charge today?
Guilty.
Right now, you have the right to have a trial. You have the right to be tried by a jury. You have the right to be presumed innocent until proven guilty. You have the right to have the prosecutor prove beyond a reasonable doubt that you are guilty. You have the right to have any witnesses against you appear at trial and to question those witnesses. You have the right to have the court order any witnesses on your behalf appear at trial. You have the right to remain silent during a trial and to not have that silence used against you, and the right to testify at a trial yourself if you want it. You understand all those rights.
Yes, Your Honor.
And you understand that you're giving up and waiving all of those rights by pleading guilty.
Yes, Your Honor.
Also, you don't have an automatic right to appeal the plea that you're making here today. You can only do that by leave. That means that you would have to ask for the Court of Appeals to hear your case. If they said no, then that would be the end of any appeal. Do you understand that?
Yes, Your Honor.
Has anyone threatened you with anything to get you to plead guilty?
No, Your Honor.
Has anyone promised you anything other than what we've said here in court today?
No, Your Honor.
It's your own free choice to enter this plea.
Yes, Your Honor.
Are you pleading guilty because you are in fact guilty of this crime? This happened on or about May 23rd of this year, is that correct?
Yes, Your Honor.
And at that time, were you in the Lake Marguerite State Forest Campground area here in Crawford County?
Yes, Your Honor.
And while you were there, did you break into or open up those containers that are meant to hold deposits for people who are camping?
Yeah, in a sense. And
What did you do?
I actually used the grabber tool to go in the slot and grab the envelope out.
Okay. So you gained entry through the opening and removed.
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay. All right. Did you have any legal right or permission to do that at the time?
No, I did not.
Ms. Koch, are you satisfied with the factual basis?
Yes, Your Honor.
Mr. Trush, are you satisfied with the factual basis?
I am, Your Honor.
Ms. Koch, are the people aware of any threats, promises, or inducements other than what's been placed on the record?
No, Your Honor.
Mr. Trush?
I'm aware of none, I'm aware of none, Your Honor.
Ms. Koch, are the people satisfied that the court has complied with statute and the court will undertake this plea?
Yes, Your Honor.
Mr. Trush, are you satisfied? Sorry, I don't know if I got your answer, Mr. Trush.
Yes, I am satisfied.
Okay, Mr. Mahalik, the court finds that your plea is knowing, voluntary, and accurate. The court is satisfied there's a factual basis to support a finding that you are guilty of this crime. The court will accept your plea. You're going to meet with, looks like Mr. Haven here before you meet today, set up a pre-sentence interview. Then we'll set this matter for a sentencing hearing. It's going to be in about 30 days. You'll be notified of the date and time of that hearing. It's important that you stay in touch with your attorney between now and then, so that you're prepared for that day, okay?
Okay, I don't know if you notified the court about wanting to set it maybe in September, because I'm actually, next Tuesday, have an amputation of my foot.
Okay.
Yeah, I was going to ask, Your Honor, if we could maybe set it 60 days, because again, he's scheduled to have the amputation of his foot, I think next Tuesday. I just foresee that there's going to be some rehab, there's going to be rehab and downtime there. I'd rather be cautious than have to come and ask for an adjournment.
Do you have any objection to that?
I don't. I spoke to Mr. Trush, and I know that the defendant is saving up money to work towards his restitution even now, so I think that's fine.
Okay, so we'll probably have this set then for October. But again, make sure you stay in touch with Mr. Trush so that you're prepared for the hearing, and then also with any developments on your medical condition. Thank you.
And I had to say one more thing. I was told Mr. Trush, the DNR guy has my phones, and I was hoping maybe get my phones back now.
That's something that Mr. Trush can work on for you.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Okay. Thank you.
Thank you, Your Honor.
People versus Michael Lovely. Number 50 files up. File number 22.
Well, that took a turn. The hearing in People v. Andrew Mahalik started out as your standard jury status conference, but quickly turned into a full plea agreement discussion, complete with a rare resolution that even the prosecutor admitted wasn't the norm. Judge George Mertz handled the whole thing with his usual even tone, asking clear questions and making sure the record was rock solid. Defense attorney Richard Trush laid out the deal. Mahalik would plead guilty to safe, breaking with a 1-year delay of sentence, pay $5,000 in restitution to the Department of Natural Resources. And if he stayed on track, the charge would be reduced to a misdemeanor larceny. The prosecutor explained the unusual nature of the arrangement. Essentially, the focus here was on making the victim whole, not putting a first-time offender through the ringer. Mahalik himself came across calm and cooperative, answering yes, Your Honor, to the full litany of rights waivers and confirming the details of the incident, which involved using a grabber tool to pull money out of campground deposit tubes. The judge, thorough as ever, ensured every element of the plea was properly established before accepting it. Things took a more personal turn when Mahalik shared that he's scheduled for a foot amputation next week. Trush requested a longer gap before sentencing to accommodate recovery and rehab, and the prosecutor had no objection, especially since Mahalik is already saving toward restitution. The judge agreed, aiming for an October sentencing date and reminding Mahalik to stay in touch with his attorney and keep the court informed about his medical situation. In a small but telling moment, Mahalik asked if he could get his phones back from the DNR, and Judge Mertz politely directed that request back to his attorney firm, but courteous. As always, the atmosphere was calm, respectful, and surprisingly collaborative. This wasn't a contentious hearing. It was more like watching a careful negotiation close out with all sides satisfied. Judge Mertz kept the proceedings efficient. Without rushing, the attorneys were professional and prepared, and Mahalik seemed fully engaged with the process. It was a good example of how the court can balance accountability with fairness when the circumstances call for it. If you found this hearing insightful, consider subscribing, hitting the bell, and letting me know your thoughts in the comments below. I read every one.